House Chair, Ministers present, Deputy Minister Swartz and Singh, Honourable Chairperson and Portfolio Committee on Forestry, Fisheries and Environment, Honourable Gancho and committee members, members of Parliament, chairpersons, board members and CEOs of our entities, Director General Ms. Shabalala, Team Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment, ladies and gentlemen, fellow South Africans. It is a great honour to deliver the maiden budget vote 32 of Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment of the 7th Administration. We deliver this budget vote mindful that we will be guided by the priorities of the Government of National Unity. We are mandated by Chapter 2 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, the Bill of Rights, Section 24, which asserts that everyone has the right to an environment that is not harmful to their health or well-being, and to have the environment protected for the benefit of the present and future generations through reasonable legislation and other measures that prevent pollution and ecological degradation, promote conservation, and secure ecologically sustainable development and use of natural resources, while promoting justifiable economic and social development. Climate change is warming Africa at approximately 1.5 times the global average rate, leading to more frequent and severe extreme weather events across the continent and in South Africa. Parliament has now adopted the Climate Change Bill. This bill provides for a detailed response to climate change and the mitigation of greenhouse gases which cause climate change, in line with South Africa's international obligations. Our focus will be on coordinating a response across government and in all three spheres of government. We will also be focusing on implementing ambitious actions, in particular through the sectoral emission targets and carbon budget allocations to major companies to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, including through the Just Energy Transition Investment Plan. By the end of this financial year, we should have finalized the establishment of the Climate Change Response Fund. This will be crucial in financing adaptation and addressing loss and damage. We are implementing a just energy transition. We plan to accelerate investment in renewable energy projects. We need to strengthen our transmission grid, and with our abundance of solar, wind and mineral resources, we are well positioned to generate jobs in renewable energy, green hydrogen, green steel, electrical vehicles and other green products. A particular focus is in Mpumalanga, where many livelihoods are at risk, and we remain committed to facilitating new industries, new economic opportunities, and sustainable jobs. South Africa remains a responsible global citizen, and we remain committed to the multilateral rules-based regime under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change and its Paris Agreement. We are preparing our second nationally determined contribution through technical work and then wide consultation. We take into account the outcome of the first global stocktake and communicate another fair and ambitious contribution in 2025. The department finalized and issued decisions on 320 environmental impact applications in 2023-24, 99% issued within the regulated timeframe. As a means to enable the country's response to the energy situation, the department made a commitment to finalize energy generation, transmission and distribution infrastructure applications within 57 days from the receipt of the final report. 80.5% of energy generation, transmission and distribution applications were issued on time after the receipt of the final report, enabling a generation potential of 51,358 megawatts of energy within the regulated timeframe. The department commits to finalize all environmental impact applications that are within its full control within the regulated framework in 24-25 financial year. The Department Directorate of Appeals and Legal Review finalized 16 ESCOM minimum emission standard appeals decisions that were signed off by my predecessor, Minister Creasy, on the 22nd of May 2024. The director further managed to prioritize and finalize 30 energy appeals within 23-24 financial year, which assisted in relieving the energy situation. We saw an increase in rhino poaching in 2023, with Hlui in Mfolozi Park in KwaZulu-Natal facing the brunt of the poaching. With the dehorning program beginning in April 2024, we've begun to see some easing of the pressure in KwaZulu-Natal. In order to grow the rhino population, we are working to finalize the Biodiversity Management Plan for black and white rhinoceros. Working with law enforcement authorities, we will continue to intensify enforcement and contribute to successful prosecution of poachers. A rhino should be able to walk around in the field with its horn intact and not be vulnerable to attack. There is something wrong in a system that incentivizes harm instead of protection, and we need to fix that system. The Working for Fisheries program has supported 8 significant job-generating projects, and anti-poaching measures continue to be a priority for the Fisheries Management Branch and the Living Marine Resources Fund to ensure sustainable management of South Africa's marine resources. Joint law enforcement operations will continue to be conducted with partners under Operation Pakisa. We commit to accelerate the support to all small-scale fisheries cooperatives in the 4 coastal provinces. We need to connect and reconnect our coastal communities to the ocean economy and encourage entrepreneurship. We have submitted the Aquaculture Development Bill to Parliament for approval during the 7th administration. We will also conduct inspections and verifications of rights holders in the 6 priority fisheries: hake, abalone, rock lobster, lionfish, squid, and pelagic. In contributing to the expansion of the conservation estate, 135,000 hectares of land were added in the last financial year. The study on the interlinkages of migration, land degradation, and drought was adopted by Cabinet. The finalization of the policy position on the conservation and sustainable use of the 5 iconic species, black and white rhino, lion, leopard, and elephant, was also adopted by Cabinet. This policy position proposes to end the captive keeping of lions for commercial purposes and close captive lion facilities, phasing out the domestication and intensification of rhino management, and enhance the conservation and sustainable use of leopards. The prohibition notice on the establishment or registration of new captive lion breeding facilities was finalized and approved for implementation. This prohibition pertains to the establishment or registration of new captive breeding facilities, commercial exhibition facilities, rehabilitation facilities, or sanctuaries for live specimens of African lions, as well as the keeping of live specimens of African lions in any other controlled environment. The Ministerial Task Team, assigned to recommend voluntary exit pathways and options for captive lions, has concluded its report. The report includes recommendations on how to phase down the industry, taking into account the well-being of the animals and the impact of jobs for the workers in such facilities. Regulations on threatened and protected species were finalized and will be tabled in the National Council of Provinces during this financial year. The NEMBA bill has also been completed and has been released for public comments. To attract investments in the biodiversity economy, we profiled 59 bankable businesses on the biosector investment portal. As a result, 2 projects attracted an investment of $450,000 to promote conservation and community well-being. The 2 beneficiary sites are the Madikwe Barakologadi Community Property Association in the Northwest and Blada River Canyon Nature Reserve. This investment will be used to develop a management plan and implement a biodiversity credit system. To reach our goal of a 30% expansion of the conservation estate by 2030 for both terrestrial and marine ecosystems, we will adopt a mega living landscape approach. This will include a mix of land acquisition, development of stewardship sites, and other effective conservation measures. To make a significant contribution to the economy, the focus will be on developing biodiversity economy nodes to generate opportunities in ecotourism, the wildlife economy, and bioprospecting sector. Additionally, we will design mega hubs in the provinces. Sandparks has secured $10 million for the Global Environment Facility to fund a project that will implement the mega living landscapes concept in the Barberton, Makonjwa, Greater Addo, and Eastern Cape grasslands landscapes, and has developed a climate change preparedness strategy. A close working relationship between SAPS and Sandparks Environmental Crimes Investigation Unit has resulted in several successful prosecutions and convictions with lengthy sentences. The department surpassed its target for reducing hydrochlorofluorocarbons, HCFCs, in 2023, achieving more than a 50% reduction. This accomplishment significantly contributes to South Africa's role in global efforts to protect the ozone layer and phase out HCFCs, which are classified as ozone depleting substances. South Africa aims to phase out the use of HCFCs ahead of the 2040 target set by the Montreal Protocol for the protection of the ozone layer. The department is committed to supporting local governments in increasing waste diversion from landfill sites through reuse, recycling, and recovery, focusing on packaging waste such as paper, plastic, and glass through EPR schemes. 8 municipalities are targeted to receive EPR infrastructure and support for separate waste collection. The department will also provide technical assistance to municipalities applying for waste management fleet purchases using parts of municipal infrastructure grants to enhance waste collection services, combat illegal dumping, and improve landfill site management. 29 municipalities will receive support for cleaning campaigns aimed at enhancing cleanliness. 50,000 tons of waste tires were processed, an increase of 38% from the previous year. The South African Weather Service continues with its key objective to maintain, extend, and improve the quality of meteorological and ambient air quality related information systems for the benefit of all South Africans. This includes the provision of dependable public weather, aviation, marine forecasts, and severe weather information. Over the medium term, 375 million rand will be allocated to improve and optimize the entity's radar, surface observation, air quality, and ICT infrastructure networks, amongst other priorities. Much needed radar spares have been received and installed at sites requiring refurbishment. The operation of ambient air quality monitoring networks in the Vaal, Highveld, Waterberg, Bojonala National Ambient Air Quality Priority Areas have been significantly impacted by electricity blackouts. Damage to measuring instruments and supporting infrastructure has led to reduced data availability from these networks, affecting our ability to meet data availability targets, crucial for assessing intervention impacts and informing air quality management decisions countrywide. Enhancements to the early warning systems are planned to better support the country in responding to the escalating severity and frequency of weather-related events nationwide. By the end of March 2024, the South African National Biodiversity Institute achieved an overall performance of 95% of the 23-24 annual performance plan targets. Implementation of the garden's infrastructure maintenance and development programs with 50 priority infrastructure maintenance projects were completed and 10 priority new infrastructure assets were developed. A total of 1,467,000 visited our national gardens and over 217,000 children and youth participated in the Kids in Gardens Biodiversity Education Program, which is run in National Botanical and Zoological Gardens. Botanical and zoological gardens continue to serve their role as centers of social cohesion, supporting local economies and serving as ambassadors of biodiversity and culture. This included hosting of events, the 31st season for the ever-popular Kirstenbosch Summer Sunset Concert Series, and being available for supporting healthy outdoor activities. The institution is also continuing with the strategy for the repositioning of the National Zoological Gardens, the National Botanical Gardens expansion strategy, the Infrastructure Maintenance and Development Program, which is aimed at improving the state of facilities of the Institute for enhanced customer product offering. In the 2023-2024 financial year, Isimangaliso Wetland Park successfully achieved a clean audit opinion, marking a significant milestone in its financial governance. Advanced progress has been made in commercialization efforts, including conducting a due diligence assessment prior to assuming commercial assets from Ezemvelo KZN Wildlife. Ezemvelo. In conclusion, I would like to reaffirm that working together with my colleagues, Deputy Ministers Swartz and Singh, as part of the GNU, we will prioritize clean governance and ethical administration free from corruption. I wish to thank Team DFFE, led by the Director General, for the efforts to preserve, cherish, and protect our environment. To the chairpersons, board members, and CEOs of our entities, let us continue to work together to safeguard our environment and promote sustainable development for the benefit of all South Africans. We will work with the Portfolio Committee to ensure that the department is held accountable. Thank you.